All right, everyone, here we go. This is an all signs reading. Doesn't matter if you're a human being, a chipmunk, a raccoon, a squirrel, a bear, beaver, whale, don't care. It's for you. Doesn't matter what your sign is. If you found this reading, you found it for a reason. This is a reading I've been waiting to do. Those of you that look at the SLT news page on the blog know this is the last one kind of remaining here for the month. And this is the new moon in Cancer. Now, I like to pull on things, I've told you before, like new moons and full moons, either on top of them or after them. And this is just a pinch, just a little bit after. And I like to do that because rather than ask the universe to predict what might happen, I'm asking the universe to tell me what is happening. See, a little more accuracy, right? That being said, here we are, new moon in Cancer, powerful. So, especially for the soulmate cycle. The soulmate cycle is sponsored by Cancerian themes. That said, it's a good, powerful moon to set your intentions. You know, they can come to fruition very quickly under this moon. It's being solstice powered and all kinds of other things going on. But at the very least, the corresponding full moon at the end of December might be something where everything culminates for you. Yeah, I'm talking about intentions well beyond the soulmate cycle. Your soulmate, I'll show you in the pre-shuffle what's going on here. That said, it's a general reading, may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve's Love Tarot, you found it for a reason, for sure. This reading is technically timeless because you're all moving at different paces and on different timelines, but also new moon energy, this moon in particular. I mean, everyone says new moon energy lasts 6 months and all that kind of stuff, corresponding full moons. And that's true for some of them. This one, it is definitely true. This is some powerful shit. This is a very powerful new moon, right in the middle of solstice energy. And I pulled on the solstice, so you know what I'm talking about. You ready? Let's do some solstice dancing, shall we? Here we go with the new moon in Cancer. Okay, this card sums it up. This is my pre-shuffle. I shuffled the deck. I asked the universe for all signs, fly over, give me the soulmate cycle and the effect of the new moon energy. Now, this sums it up. This is what it gave me. It gave me the Hangman. You might think that's doing nothing. It's not. It's perspective. That's the energy coming off of it. I'm looking at the ting, the little light going off right there. It's perspective. And I'm just going to kind of run through this. It's also with the Knight of Pentacles, it's perspective that's set in. It's that reliable energy. And this has been coming up as reliable energy for a while, and I've been trying to figure out what the universe meant by that. It's about the lessons that your person is learning, including and you too, don't forget. But I'm talking about the incoming energy here. The lessons your person's learning are setting in. They're sticking. Whereas before, you know, they've been learning the lesson for a long time, but they let it go. They find a way to distract it or ignore it or all that kind of stuff. So it's setting in this perspective. And what's it doing? It's causing the Knight of Cups to come in. They're coming in. It is. It's moving forward. It's forward moving energy, a little apology. Knight of Cups. You want me to keep going? I have to because there's more to the pre-shuffle. Fine. Someone wants to fight for this. That Knight of Cups is crossed by the Seven of Wands. Someone wants to stand up and fight for this. There is a little resistance, or has been. This is the second slowest energy, but it's probably because they're nervous. But beyond that, Six of Cups, power of the connection, thinking back, nostalgia. It's a lot of what came up in the July readings that I just got finished doing for you. It's because of that Hermit. It's because, again, the Hermit energy sticks. This is old soul energy, right? It comes up from the depths. It's your person's inner wisdom causing the lessons to stick. And the result of that is, you know, again, the lovers, they're feeling the connection on a high level. I got the lovers and the Six of Cups in close proximity. That tells me these are very powerful connections we're talking about here, which in turn brings the Chariot. There's Cancerian energy. There's our new moon in Cancer right there, the Chariot. Charging forward, they take control. A controlled, balanced Emperor drives the Chariot. There's the Knight of Wands. We've been seeing that. It is a brave, impulsive action. This whole pre-shuffle cross-checks itself. It is. They're nervous about it. I said they might be, right? And beyond that, why? For the whole thing, bookending the perspective is the Five of Pentacles. It's that winter energy that I keep pulling on and I keep talking about. It's that they're out in the cold. They realize that they've denied themselves something. They've left themselves out in the cold on something that they have a lot of love for. And it scares the crap out of them. You know, with that hermit energy there and the lovers, that's a lot coming to the surface. But they want to come out of the cold. All right? That's what the perspective is. And the lesson is sticking under this energy. It really is. And that's why the July readings came out the way they did. And that's why the Q3 July column was headed by the sun. All right, let's see where we go. Let's shuffle the deck. It's going to be a good reading. I know it is. Oh, my God. All right, here we go. Let's shuffle the deck here. Give me the soulmate cycle with the all affecting energies, including, and most notably, the new moon in Cancer. Let's see where we go here. A lot of perspective. But, I like the fact that the lesson is sticking. Because your person is so... God, the runners in this cycle, they're so prone to learning lessons and then forgetting them 5 seconds later. It's a good thing we're not giving tests. They'd be fucked. Jesus. All right, this first card out is before the cut. It's why the fuck are we here? All right? We've been seeing this a lot in the July readings. If you watched your July reading, it's strength. Yeah, it is. It's, again, somebody knows what they have to do here. There is a little bit of fear around it, okay? It's also about the heart chakra opening. And we learned that in a few of the July readings. As the heart chakra opens, they get braver and braver and braver a little bit here. But let's see. The lessons are sticking now. That's the main point. That is the main. What comes after strength? Four of Wands. See, Four of Wands is about stability here, as the energy is reflecting off of this card. This is a very stable energy. Okay, it's well, we say it's the path to the Ten of Pentacles and all of that, but it's a solid new beginning. It really is, and that's what they're realizing that they missed out on. This is what they want. Okay, but it's the beginning of the journey. It's time to take the steps forward, and that's what we saw with that Knight of Cups. It's a trot. The Knight of Wands in the pre-shuffle was simply telling us how nervous they are. That's a brave, impulsive action, and that came up a lot in the July readings. All right, let's see where we go here. Let's give the deck a final shuffle. Let's not prejudge anything. Let's pull ourselves a reading here. Give me the soulmate cycle. All signs with the influence of the new moon in Cancer. Let's see where we go here. Let's see here. Give me a reading, universe. Who knows what I mean by that? All right, here we go. All right, you ready? I'm ready. Look who came back. It's one of the cards from the pre-shuffle. It's the Five of Cups. The overall energy here is winter. Well, that makes sense, right? It makes sense because our pre-shuffle, the whole reading should cross-check the pre-shuffle in general. Our pre-shuffle started with that new perspective, and this was bookending it, which tells me some of the cards from the pre-shuffle are going to come out on the table here. What's crossing this? The Emperor. The Emperor, their behavior. You see, what lesson is sticking, you might ask? Steve, what lesson is sticking? Okay, I'll tell you. The lesson that's sticking is their Burger King behavior, their need to control everything. Their need to, always talking about it's on their terms. I'm going to come in, but I'm not going to go towards them because making up excuses. It's not going to work out anyway, or it's this, or we're too far away, or whatever. Or I'm in this marriage, or whatever. All that stuff. Their behavior, whatever your person's behavior is. This Burger King, out of balance Emperor behavior is what left them out in the cold. The thing is, they've learned that before, but this time it's sticking. It's come back enough times. It's like your person is somebody who has to learn something or stick their heart in the meat grinder 500 times before they figure out it's a goddamn meat grinder. All right, let's see where we go here. Our reading is on the flip, so let's see what's on the flip right here. Let's go. Energy around your connection. Right here is how your person feels, how they're behaving in the 3D. Right here is how they feel in the soul, not what they show you, not what they tell you in the 3D. Right here is the message from the universe. I'll tell you what she says. It's red with the energy of the connection. Right here's the potential final outcome. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. All right? Nobody can. This is a powerful moon. It's a good one for you guys, too. Remember, all these lessons are sticking with you as well. Not that you've been forgetting them. But they're sort of solidifying, if you will, hardening, like a glue or epoxy hardening up. All right. I will clarify everything. Throw some universe cards over the top, and you bet your sweet asses, and I know they are. There's going to be a link for an extended in the description, because when I get a reading that opens with winter, and winter's book and that's the lesson. that's sticking here, that their behavior, the Emperor, yeah, it's going to be a hell of a reading. What's the energy around the connection? Moon. How about that? The energy around, I'm pulling on a new moon reading, right? I get the moon, first card on the table for the main reading. Baseline energy. Energy around the connection is there's a whole lot of stirring going on underneath. And as the new moon turns into a full moon, shall we say, as it gets brighter and brighter in the sky, more and more stuff's going to come to light, and there's more and more chance for action here. That's what this is telling me. That's exactly what it's telling me. All the stuff your person's been pushing down is the lesson they've learned. They've learned that they've left themselves out in the cold by behaving a fool, by behaving that Emperor, by being very controlling energy, very stubborn energy. It's an out of balance Emperor. It's sort of more King of Wands than anything else. We call it the Burger King, of course. Got to have it their way. You don't always get stuff in life your way. This is also fear. Fear of the unknown. And your person has that. That's why they're very nervous about approaching you, in part. How are they behaving in the environmental energy, in their emotions? Page. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Page of Wands. It's curious. I always tell you guys, you know, and it's a very important lesson in life not to lose that child that's still there. I don't want to call it the inner child, because everything that's ever happened or ever will happen has already happened. And it's all happening at once. At the same time, that child is still there, that curiosity. Don't ever lose that. You lose that and life becomes stale, you might as well be dead. I mean, you just, honestly, your person here is afraid of the unknown, but really looking for something new, and that's what they realized. Well, of course they are. They're in winter here. Whenever, well, look how cold that is. You know, we're always like hoping for summer. That's certainly not bikini weather. Your person wants to check out what bikini weather is like. All right? What's, I don't know. We'll see. We'll learn more when we clarify. This is communication. They definitely want to talk to you. This is in your face communication, right in front of you. It is a text, a phone call, a chance run-in, something like that. What's bookending the moon in their soul? The Tower. That shouldn't be a surprise. That shouldn't be a surprise to anybody, right? All these realizations. All this new perspective, and now they can't get rid of that. Your person's great at getting rid of shit. You know, they ran from you because they didn't want to be vulnerable, let's say. And usually that works. They can just forget about the person. They can't forget about you. No, they can't forget about the lessons they're learning right now. A new moon, a new day is dawning, shall we say. You know, or a new night, as the case might be. The tower in the soul is dangerous. Actually, I always find it a little bit risky in there. I don't mean dangerous. It's a chance for a nervous breakdown. It's a chance for somebody having some kind of, or confessing something to you. There's something they need to confess. There's something that has to happen here. The Tower is happening because the new moon energy is adding to the mix. I know that because it's bookending the moon. Something about this moon is causing a Tower in the energy right now. And that's very important for you to note, because you're going to pick up on that energy. You truly are. There's no doubt about it. It's not you, it's them, but you may have a few towers too. There could be some things that you need to take a look at and make sure you do. What's the hidden energy? What's the, well, this is hidden energy. What's the hidden energy? The message from the universe. The Four of Cups. Somebody's worried here. Part of the fear energy is, again, fear of rejection. I don't know why your person, well, I do know why, because they're the Emperor. But your person does fear rejection quite a bit. The Strength card before the cut, okay, is crossed by this card, okay, that Strength card we had. That said, that tells me the environmental energy around the Strength card, them getting the strength together to come get that Four of Wands with you, right, that happy new beginning, is rooted in winter. All right, and this is someone who's very sad for what they rejected. That's part of what's coming to the surface. There's a fear of rejection. There's also a fear that maybe they got it wrong, and maybe this isn't what they think it is, or is it? It's a little bit of self-doubt. I guess your person might be a little bit insecure. It's possible, and that could be what's causing the Tower, because their soul is a very old soul. That hermit energy is coming to the surface. They're reflecting in the 3D world as a page, okay, and that's not who they are. It really isn't. They need to put the fears down. Strength told us that already. But what's the potential final outcome here? It's red with the Page of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's communication when it falls here. Now, remember I said the Four of Wands that came after the Strength card, after the cut, is the path to the Ten of Pentacles. Our reading ends with the Ten of Pentacles. It tells me because the Strength card is there, they're likely to come in. This Tower is that "oh, fuck it" moment that sends the Knight of Wands in part. Energy is always in layers. So there's a lot of layers here, but at the end of the day, this is communication. They know that you're the Ten of Pentacles. They also have a lot of sadness and regret and disappointment in themselves for rejecting that, because they knew it all along. And now they've got a perspective where they put themselves in winter, and they did it to themselves. And that lesson is sticking. They can't just ignore it. It's not going to go away. Proof that they can't ignore it, this is the lesson coming up, right? Coming up from the depths. All that shit they pushed down coming up. This card, this is bookending the Tower in the soul. Once we have a Tower in the soul, all bets are off. That's why I said it's dangerous. It can lead to nervous breakdowns. This Towers in the soul are what lead people to check themselves in for observation in the hospital. You know, I mean, it's that kind of thing. I'm not saying it's going to go to that point for your person, but I am saying it's going to cause some action. You know, something's going to happen. They're going to have to jump out the window because it's burning. All right, let's see where we go. Let's clarify. Let's clarify with the Light Seer deck here. Let's talk about the moon. Tell me about the moon, the energy around the connection right now. Where are we going here? Wow. All right. So only one card from the pre-shuffle came back, and it was just the Five of Pentacles, our overall energy. How about that? That's powerful. I thought for sure there were going to be more pre-shuffle cards, and there weren't. It's a message that proves that this, which was bookending the Hanged Man in the pre-shuffle, is the most important thing for you to understand. That's the lesson they're learning. They're learning that they've left themselves out of the cold on something that was the real deal, Ten of Pentacles. Now they're curious about it. Now they want to know. They want to talk to you. They want to at least see what would have happened here. But there's a lot of nervousness to it. The moon generates fears. The things we keep in the shadows, you know, haunt us. It's almost a devil energy off of this moon in one of the angles of it. You know, this Four of Cups, they're disappointed in themselves. They're disappointed in what they kept over you. I mean, it's going to vary for all of you. It could be all of the above. Tell me about the moon here, universe. Why is the moon here? Yeah, there is a lot of fear being generated. It's the Two of Pentacles. It's wishy-washy. Right? They're not sure what to do. Well, we can see that here. These two are red together. Right? Oh, man. What if they reject me? Oh, man. What have I done here? I rejected 10 Pentacles. Now I'm out in the cold. Wishy-washy, wishy-washy. And what have I been telling you in the new energy? And this new moon adds new energy to the already new energy. And it's a powerful new moon. What have I been telling you about when people are wishy-washy? When they don't know what they want. They land in a tower. Your person lands in a tower at the depths of the soul. That's unreal. I don't have words to tell you how powerful that is. I don't. Just look at the picture. That should tell the story. Okay? They need to either be in or out. That's what the Strength card was telling us. In the card before the cut, the why the fuck are we here position. Yeah, they've learned the lesson. It's sticking. I'm out in the cold. I fucked up here. Now I want to do something about it, but I'm nervous about it. But so maybe I shouldn't. But maybe I should. But maybe I shouldn't. But maybe I should. But maybe I shouldn't. Boom. Tower. What's on top? I love when readings back up all the stuff I tell you. I love it. I think it's great because I'm not here for my health. In fact, it's a little detrimental to my health to be here. I'm here because you guys need help with this cycle, and I want to teach you how energy works so you can make your life a little better. This is a cautionary tale too. You know, when you don't know what you want, there's always a tower, no matter what the fucking energy is. It's exceptionally powerful towers now in this energy, but you always need to know what the hell you want. The world, right here. Cycle. Look, the energy's already changed. The new moon. This is a new cycle. It's beginning. We are well past judgment here. Okay, we're well past it. We're in a new core energy, which we've been in since somewhere between the middle of March and the end of April. We talked about that then. We have a mini cycle, a 7-month cycle that started in May. In between that runs out the end of the year, which changes the scenery around us. We've talked about that. We've talked about, I mean, and the new moon itself, with the moon falling here, is in and of itself the beginning, a new beginning. and a powerful one for the soulmate cycle, because the soulmate cycle is sponsored by Cancer. The North Node was in Cancer when it began. So this particular cycle is Cancerian themed. That's all it means. It's Cancerian themed. And that's tough for some signs. There's an exorbitant number of runners in this cycle that are fire signs or have a lot of fire in their chart. And fire signs are scared of water if there's too much fire. Okay? A good balanced fire sign isn't, right? But too much fire and they get scared of water. It dampens, it's a Debbie Downer to them. You know, too much emotion, too much whatever. There's a lot of emotion in this cycle. It's better start running because it's much too late to jog upright. Okay? That's what that is. And let's see what happens. Why is the world here? The star. Whole lot of hoping, not a whole lot of doing. They're hoping that again, this card is red with these. We have to take this into account. It's Four of Cups. There's almost, if I add all this together, I've got a cycle that's changed. I've got someone who realizes they've left themselves out in the cold, that they've lost something that might have been really great, that they feel would be really great. They know what they want to do. They want to come in. They want to come in and just start a conversation here and see where this thing would go. But they're afraid that you might reject them, and over again. And the whole time they're manifesting this whole thing. They're manifesting from a point of fear. And the net result, these are red with this card over here, and what will be cards on top of it, is a Tower. And it's good. I think it leads to communication. It has to. Otherwise, they're just going to keep getting towers. I mean, how many times is your person like getting punched in the stomach? I don't know. Page of Wands. Let's go. Why is it here? Again, your person's reflecting as a page in the 3D, and I see why. This all adds up to depression a little bit. It all does. It adds up. I said right here, a breakdown. Yeah, they might have one. They might have one. It all adds up to it. It's a big woe is me. It's a big inferiority complex. I've never been afraid to go after something. If I fuck up and I feel like, oh, I missed something, I'll try and get it. I'll go try and get it. I'm not going to waste more time dilly-dallying around, sitting there like that. I don't know. I'm not going to waste time. I don't reflect as no fucking page, and none of you do either. You guys are empresses. At the very least, even if you're not quite there yet, you're 9 of Pentacles. And your person knows that. That's how they read your energy. They read as a page. And that's how you read them. You're not reading them as your emperor. I doubt it. Why is the Page of Wands here? Let's see. Environmental energy around it is a whole lot of sitting on hands. That's why. It's wishy-washy again. It's the 7 of Pentacles. It's sitting on hands. It's thinking back too much, taking stock. Seeds that were planted have grown, yes. But unless we do something, unless we water it, it's going to die. Somebody here needs to get off the fence. That's why this Tower is here. I can't wait to clarify that. What's on top? There's your Emperor. Look at that. The Emperor is on top. It's because, why are they reflecting as a page? Because they got to have it their way. Why are they sitting on their hands? Probably because they're trying to think back and maybe find a way where they can come in where they don't quite have to be as vulnerable as possible. Or they could, it just, in general, they're trying to get it their way. And in reality, net, the result is nothing's happening. Because, you know, there's no, how do I do it? What do I do? When they think back, they feel bad about this situation. They're sitting in winter. Okay? They feel bad about it, and the lesson is sticking. That perspective is sticking. This Emperor needs to do something. Let's find out if he does. Why is the Emperor here? The King of Pentacles. It's safer to keep back. It's safer to hold back from you. Okay, that's the way the energy reads. This person, look, I'll phrase it to you this way. This guy right here, this asshole, sitting on this papasan chair with his little name brand vibrator, hoping you'll come to them, right? In this cozy little room, feels safe, right? They're safe in the cozy little room. It's fine. It's a risk. They have power here. Power. It's a risk for him to get off the chair and come towards you, because if they do that, they're a page. They got to come with the tail between their legs. They got some explaining to do because they told you, they blew you off. This tells me that this backs up these two cards back up the Chariot in the pre-shuffle. The Chariot in the pre-shuffle is Cancerian energy. We're at a Cancerian new moon, right? The moon is your energy for your connection. The Chariot is a balanced emperor who finally gets off his ass, goes down to the garage, gets in the Chariot, and comes towards you. This is a stable energy. This tells me that more likely than not, this Ten of Pentacles is communication, because at some point, this person figures out that you're not coming, no matter what kind of vibrator they got, and they're going to get off the chair and ride the Chariot. Before that, however, we're going to have a Tower moment in their soul. Okay? And we're going to pull on that after these messages. God, I always hope that works. Okay, the Tower. Why is it here? Let's go. The Tower. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the Tower. Tell me about the Tower in the soul. Well, I would have a tower in my soul if I woke up and realized I was in winter. I spent a good chunk of my childhood, because my father was a contractor, I spent a good chunk of my childhood up in New England. And I could tell you, I did not like, I loved it there per se. The scenery is nice. It's real pretty. Man, I don't like winter. Although I do credit winter in New England with my guitar playing, because I wouldn't go outside. I would not go outside. I would just stay inside and practice. That's all I would do. So, not for me. But again, I'm doing the reading. So it's about my preferences. It's about how the energy is coming to me so I can feel it and translate it. So I don't say anything or joke about anything that's not in the energy. So your person doesn't like what they're seeing. Yet everything I've told you, again, they're still themselves trying to find a way, and it's going to lead to a tower here. It is. So they don't like this new perspective. They don't like seeing what they've done. They've passed up on 10 Pentacles, and they want to come get it. I think they do, but only after this tower. Tell me, when you're really making me shuffle for it too, aren't you? Oh my God, the tower. I said depression, didn't I? I said this tower's bookending all of this, which is tied to this. I said all this adds up to depression. It does. Look at her. Look how sad she is. Look at her. I chose these three. You know, the rainbow's right there. In fact, it's kissing the side of her a little bit. It's trying to come in. She just needs to turn and look at it. It's almost like this person knows they fucked up so bad they don't want to turn and look at it. I've got disappointment here. I've got disappointment here. I've got a 4 of Cups here. I got a 4 of Cups here. I told you, all this, I just said it, rewind, I did. All of this is like depression, and it leads to a tower. This person comes in because of this tower in the soul. And sure enough, we just tied these two cards together. These two energies in the reading are tied together. It's check yourself in for 24-hour observation for sure. What's on top? They need to stop this. You don't get things your way. Why are they so stubborn? Why they got to control everything? We'll find out in the extended. I've never asked that question in an extended. Why do they have to control everything? Maybe we'll find out. I bet we will. What's on top? 2 cups. Yeah. Power of the connection. 2 cups. Trying to come together. They feel the connection. That's the problem. That Lover's card from the pre-shuffle told me that. That 2 of Cups tells me that here. Also, the 6 of Cups from the pre-shuffle told me that. So now, in close proximity in a reading, I've got 6 cups, 2 cups. I've got Lovers. Why is the 2 of Cups here? Queen of Swords. Well, it's what I told you about this. This is the environmental energy around all of this. They're refusing to... Look how she's looking away from... The 2 cups are here. She looking over here, right? She looking that way. Okay? Queen. They know the truth. This is the Queen of Truth. She knows the truth. But the sword is in the sheath. So what causes this tower is their propensity for this behavior, which is what they're learning about. The Emperor behavior is what put them out in the cold. We know that from our overall energy. They're looking away from reality. She's just like here in the environmental energy is showing us. Here's you, here's the rainbow, right? The rainbow, the 2 of Cups, and she looking away from it. Over here at what's broken. But the thing is, when I pair the Emperor energy to it, the energy I get off the Emperor, she trying to figure out a way not to come toward you, a way to keep this. How can I make this work? She's stubborn. Obstinate. Male or female, it's a she on the card. She's stubborn and obstinate. She's trying to figure out a way to make these 3 broken cups work, rather than just turn and look at this and try this, because they're nervous, because if you reject them, it hurts their precious ego, and that's not what they want. They can't have that. Like I told you, he's safe. He's in power here on his papasan chair. He's not. They're exposed if they come talk to you as the page that they are. They're going to have to kiss your ass a little bit. Explain some things. Maybe backpedal on something. You follow? All of that leads to a tower in the soul, which I believe leads to communication. And again, I want to point out the key element of this reading. They cannot unknow this, and the Queen of Swords tells us this too. They cannot they can look away all they want. They cannot unknow this lesson. This lesson will stick this time. We learned that from the pre-shuffle. So, that's why we get 10 Pentacles here. And they all live happily ever after. Right? Is how it ends. We'll see what happens when we clarify. First, we need to look at this 4 of Cups. Here's this 4 of Cups. It's tied over here. Remember everything I said about this when we look at this. Let's go. Let's see where we're at. Tell me about the 4 of Cups, universe. Why'd you give it to me 2 times? Why? They're very disappointed. I can't tell you enough. You know, I cut through their bullshit in the energy, and you are like unlosable. You are someone that they cannot, they just, a lot of importance to this person. You've changed their life more than anything else has. This connection, anyway. Maybe you, some of you, if you had contact with them and you told them things, and definitely what you told them came true. You said, well, you're going to end up out in the cold. And that's true, they did. Anyway, don't underestimate, I said it to you before, I'll say it again, don't underestimate your importance here. Your presence, just the presence of this connection, rattles this person's world, teaches this motherfucker that they're not the power king they thought they were. All right, it's time to get real. Sometimes in life we got to be a page. Sometimes we got to show up and eat a little crow, you know. Sometimes we have to. It's fine. It's part of being a grown-up. That's what the Strength card was telling us. We're waiting for this person to grow up. Because that's what a connection like this is for. It's for grown-ups. It's not for children. All right? I don't have any 8-year-olds watching me unless they're right next to you and they're yours. That's it. I don't have, there's no one in this soulmate cycle is 8 years old except your person. What's crossing this 4 of Cups? There, emotional immaturity. It's the Knight of Wands. It is this tower. It is this trying to look away from this, trying not to see it, that eventually leads this person to take an impulsive action and move forward. Right now, they're trying to distract themselves from how they feel. Okay? How they feel is that. Sad. Depressed. Sad that they rejected it. Afraid that you might reject them. So, I'm not going to look at this. I don't want. She's looking away. I don't want to look at this. The whole thing leads to a tower, which does lead to an energy that's pushing them to come towards you, because this is painful. A tower in the soul hurts, right? I mean, I make a joke about checking yourself in for observation, but no, it is. It's rock bottom. It's not a good card to get in the soul. Unless you're waiting to hear from somebody, then for you it's terrific. But for them, not so good. What's on top? 3 of Wands. Yeah. That emotional immaturity leads them to be in a state of always planning, never doing. She's afraid to get in that water. She's telling herself stories. All kinds of stories. Could be Portuguese man of war in there. Could be shark. Could be killer whale. Could be jellyfish. All kinds of things. Maybe even the oysters or clams at this beach bite. I don't know. I've never surfed here before. That's my point. I don't talk about anything, joke about anything that's not in the energy. What I just say, I've never surfed here before. Yeah, this is new territory for this person. In their world, they're the shit. In our world, which is reality, the real world, they're just shit. They're just this. They're a little baby. Hoping you'll come to them so they don't have to be vulnerable. And if you do, you'll get attitude. You can do what you want. You're grown-ups, right? You're fine. Go ahead and make your own decisions. You have to. But I promise you, you go to this person, you'll get attitude, because then you gave them just what they wanted. Yeah, look at that. See, my name brand vibrator worked. Should have bought the cheap one. probably would have worked too. Why? Because I'm the shit. Yeah, you're the shit as long as you're in this car. And when you stabilize and have to get in the chariot and move out, you become the page. And that's new for this person. And they might get rejected. There's that fear of rejection coming back. Yet they sit in the tower here. And that tower is pushing, pushing. Why is the Three of Wands here? Three of Wands is right on the edge. Soon is one of the energies. It's like a volcano. It's the Ace of Cups. It's like a volcano about to erupt. See it leaking? See it? Right there where my thumb is? See it leaking? Yeah. Go ahead. The longer she stands there, the more Portuguese man of wars come up. You know? If they think there's nothing in the water, they move away. Right? No. Love wins the day here. At the end of the day, it's a lot of pressure for this person to hold on to this. They're manifesting love. The universe is giving them love. The energy is around it. These little fears, this looking away, all leads to a tower, which I think right here leads to something coming up. There's also a fear here that you'll find someone new in the interim. There's an urgency that gets attached when the Ace of Cups falls here. Because the Divine Feminine side, I can tell you, you'll just have to take my word for it because I'm pulling on the incoming energy. But the Divine Feminine side has amazing attractive energy around them. I can't even see you, and I'm attracted to that. I'm attracted to you just sitting here doing the reading. Male or female, I don't care. Under that energy, I wouldn't care. I'd be like, whatever, I'm in. Done deal. So they feel that too. If I can feel it, they can feel it. Okay? And they don't like this winter. They don't like that they have to come out of their comfort zone, but they have to. This card says they probably will. This King of Pentacles is stable. It's here for stable energy. To stabilize this motherfucker. Talk some sense into this motherfucker. Stabilize it. He'll get on the chariot and come in. Let's find out. Why is the Ten of Pentacles here? I think it's communication. I think they don't want this to get away. I think at the very least they need closure here to come out of the cold. Out of the winter. Otherwise, there's a lot that's been left hanging here in these connections in this cycle. There's a whole lot of shit floating around the ether that's never been resolved. It's all I said at the beginning of this year. I wrote an article about it. I called this year the unfinished symphony, unfinished business. It is. That's the energy. 2021's energy I labeled at the end of 2020, long before I got here to YouTube, but I called it somewhere in a fairy tale. And it was. There's a bit of a fairy tale kind of element to the year. But this year, 2022, is about unfinished business. And that's what's in the ether. I said that because that's what's floating around. There's so many words left unsaid. Things left undone, all because somebody's an asshole. Can I phrase it like that? I will. Anyway. Because I think people who are like this are. I don't think they're assholes as a person. I'm not calling your person an asshole and you should run from them. I'm saying it's this behavior. I want to know about this behavior. That's what I'm going to pull on. One of the things. I'm going to pull on a lot of things in the extended. But I'm going to pull on what is this need to have everything their way, to control things. Why is he so afraid to get off the Papazon chair? I'll see if I can get an answer. I'm going to try. The energy's kind of with me today. We'll see. The universe has been very cooperative. I think the universe is wearing its fancy bikini. I think it likes summer. I do. Ten of Pentacles. Why is it here? I've been shuffling the whole time. I said I think this is communication, and I meant it. The environmental energy around it is the Ace of Wands. Communication for reasons I've already stated. It's normally I would say about the Ace of Wands, it's a passionate new beginning, right? Something like that. No, it's not really the energy that's coming off this. It's that Knight of Wands that was crossing here. Okay? It says that Knight of Wands does come in. They're emotion, but they show up maybe a little emotionally immature. They show up as that Knight of Wands. They're leaving as a Knight of Cups because they got to tell themselves that to puff themselves up to come in. But they show up as more a Knight of Wands / Page of Wands. Knight of Wands is a very young knight. It was just a page a couple of days ago. You know, just got the job. New on the job, still being trained. You know, that kind of thing. What's on top? 9 Pentacles. That's an escalation. The 9 Pentacles is on top of the 10 of Pentacles. That's not going backwards. It's an escalation. That's good. We look for that in tarot. The problem with the Emperor, one of the reasons he stays on this chair here and they behave like this, why they're afraid to become this page, which they have to become to talk to you, is again, I said it earlier, most of you are reflecting an Empress energy, or at the very least, even if you don't really feel it, you're Nine of Pentacles. And that's how they're picking you up. This is how they're perceiving you, is what the universe is saying. They're perceiving you, yeah, they're coming. The Ace of Wands. For most of you. I can't say all, I can't predict free will. But their this Emperor is used to be in the shit. I said that. Used to be in the shit. I mean, these readings always read like your person is some kind of famous person or popular person. It always reads like that. You know, used to, or at the very least, Carly Simons, You're So Vain. They walk into the party like they're walking onto a yacht, right? Even if that party's in the projects. This person, if they get invited to a party, they expect that everyone's going to be thrilled they're there. Look at me. I put my fancy red shirt on and my brown pants, my chinos, right? I don't know. But see, the problem is, deep down, they can sit there and tell themselves that all they want, but they don't feel like they're on your level. Also, this energy tells me, for some of you, your person might already be in a relationship, and they need to leave that in order to come to you. And in order to do that, they need to grow a pair. Or they might be afraid of losing too much. That's possible, but that's not really here, per se. Not primary in the energy, anyway. What's primary in the energy is you're doing fine without them, and their precious ego might get hurt. Again, that Four of Cups, afraid that you're going to reject them. This girl's never surfed here before. She's afraid of what's in that water. Okay? Telling herself all sorts of stories about what's in there, trying to manifest love, and all of that negativity gets in the process, because they're manifesting from a point of fear. All of that stuff that they're afraid is in the water is actually going to be there. They're going to manifest the Portuguese man of war, the killer whale, the shark, the biting clams. All of it's going to be there. And what I mean by that is they're going to show up like an asshole. They're going to show up as the Emperor rather than the page that they need to show up as. And it might surprise you to hear me say that. They need to show up as a page. I like the Page of Wands. I wouldn't say it about a Page of Swords. But they do need to show up as this page. They need to take it down a peg, because they fucked up here. This is a powerful connection. And this Tower leads to it. Why is the Nine of Pentacles here? Now, this is the card that makes the Emperor get on the chariot and come in. This next card is red with this card, and it tells me why more about the Nine of Pentacles. Okay? It's the Ace of Pentacles. See? It does happen. Very slowly. It's been going on a long time. I talked about that just a minute ago. I said unfinished business is floating around in the ether. Unfinished business. There's so many things left unsaid here, left undone, all because somebody let grandma drive the car. And she doing 15 up the interstate. That's a problem. Okay? Not to mention a lot of middle fingers coming grandma's way. Right? Metaphorically, that's the DF, flipping the DM off. A little bit. Here. A little bit. Again, this card tells us a little bit more about why the Nine of Pentacles is here. The Nine of Pentacles is you are the shit. You're the real deal. They're not the real deal. They're fake shit. Right? Phony. Artificial smell dripped on. Right? They know they need to come big. This is the most solid new beginning in the tarot. This right here is our most solid happy ending. Right? Happily ever after. They know they need to show up. They know they need to come right, as the kids might say. And that's what's taken it so long to get stable. But this also tells me that it is a reliable energy, not unlike the Knight of Pentacles. It does eventually show up. Okay? So this is a very interesting reading. They're learning a lot. They're learning a lot about in the cold and what happened here. But again, your person has hang-ups. It's their own shit that gets in the way. I mean, I would love to be one of these readers out here that gives you the reading and says, yep, they're turning around, they feel regret, oh my God, they're going to pull it together and come in, but I can't. That wouldn't be honest. That's not how life works. If life was that simple, you'd already be feeling them up on the couch. You wouldn't be watching tarot readings. Okay? It's not that simple. There's more. It's not just about pulling the card and reading the surface energy. You got to look under the card. You got to look under the table. There's all sorts of stuff going on. There's all sorts of reasons why they behave this way. And I tell you what, this extended is going to be a very Dr. Phil based extended. Because There's more to this story here. There's a reason this person needs to control everything. I want to try and find out. And look at this, randomly at the bottom of the deck. I shuffled one time, I get the Queen of Wands. Yeah, they're fakey McFakerman shit. It's that cover story. It's that nonsense. I don't know what's going on here with the runners in this. I mean, I do. We've done enough extendeds to get, we've gotten plenty of psychology on them. But not necessarily the angle I'm going to pull on today. Okay? We'll find out. We'll find out as much as we can. And I want to know here what she's thinking about. I know it's this, the Two of Cups. But I want to know what she's thinking about, and we'll pull on the Tower. Okay, we'll go into the Tower. It's a little rickety, but we'll go in there. Let's see what else the universe wants to tell you before we go pull some wicked voodoo. Let's see where we go here. Give me 3 cards, universe. What else you want to tell everyone before I go pull some wicked voodoo? Maybe it'll give me something else to pull wicked voodoo on. I don't know. The High Priestess. The Moon and the High Priestess in the same reading. There's something here. I say this to the Cancerians a lot, but it is a Cancer new moon. I'm not talking to just Cancerians. I'm talking to all of you. If you're here for a reason. There's something this person's afraid to tell you. There's something that they're realizing that's coming up from the depths that they need to speak. And it's something that makes them very nervous to tell you. It could just be, I love you. But for some of you, it could be something else. I don't know. High Priestess, Temperance, Page of Pentacles. Crossing Temperance is the Ten of Cups. There's a need for them to get real. In other words, they're keeping a lot of stuff in fairyland. They're pushing the stuff that they're suppressing down with the High Priestess, with the Moon, the stuff that they're keeping close to their vest, if you will, is all stuff that they tell themselves is no big deal that they need to look at. They need to take it out of the box and look at it. All right? It's like assembling a bicycle without the instructions, and you're not very good at assembling things. You're likely to fall on your ass. And that's what's happening here. That's what this Tower is in part. They're falling on their ass at the stuff that they've pushed down. It's not just that they push it down. They push it down and then they glorify it. They say it's no big deal. The worst, most horrible, it could be the worst, most horrible things. They turn it into this. Okay? It could be horrible. Something awful. I'm not saying that's the case for you, but I'm just saying it could be a horrible thing that's happened to them, and this is what they're doing with it. And we can't do that. We can't glaze over things. And this energy of this connection, this angel energy here, Temperance, is balancing that out. They're being forced to look at it. There's a lot more to this out in the cold than just cold winter energy. We'll pull on this a little bit too. I'm sure it'll show up in the extended. Also here, this Page of Pentacles, that tells me they're learning. That tells me that it's a card of the student. This tells me that as it comes up, they're learning. And they're looking at it. And it's rattling them. And how do we know it's rattling them? The other card we're going to look at, of course, the Tower and the Soul. Okay? This whole reading backed itself up. I am going to pull some wicked voodoo. All right? We're going to dig into the Emperor, the Five of Pentacles, the Tower, and what you can expect from this person. I may even pull on how they feel about you underneath all the bullshit. Although I don't really have to. I know it's pretty special. Okay? I hope this reading was helpful. I've been waiting to do it. I knew it would come out something like this, at least on the perspective side. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. All right. If you want the extended, if you want it, the link is in the description. I want it. I want to know what's going on here. All right. Good luck.